In a recent TV appearance, the basketball legend Shaq shared his thoughts on Victor Wembayanma. And it's safe to say he believes the young player may be getting too much more attention than he deserves. Having an extensive background in evaluating big men in the NBA, Shaq expressed his surprise at the hype surrounding Wembayanma, pointing out that he doesn't believe the player possesses enough strength to handle the challenges of the league effectively. For Shaq, physicality is crucial in basketball, and he worries that Wembanyama's lack of muscle could lead to potential career-damaging injuries with just one hard collision on the court. To become a successful star, Shaq emphasized the importance of Wembanyama working on building his strength, highlighting that players like LeBron James exude a more robust and sturdy physique. Moreover, Shaq remarked that while Wembanyama has showcased some impressive dunks and jump shots, he hasn't demonstrated much else in his skill set. As great as those moves may be, if he aims to consistently score higher than 10 points in the NBA, he needs to improve his game near the basket and diversify his playing style. It's clear that Shaq believes there's room for growth and development for the young talent, urging him to work on his weaknesses and reach his full potential in the league. In today's basketball landscape, post-play is arguably one of the most critical aspects of a player's skill set, which naturally leads to an important question. How will this impact Wembanyama's performance in the NBA? While the game has become less physically demanding compared to the 80s and 90s, it doesn't mean that Wembanyama can afford to skip the gym. Presently, he seems a bit vulnerable, as if even a gentle breeze could knock him down. If he aims to be considered among the greatest players, he must put in the effort to enhance his inside game. Although three-pointers and dunks are impressive, they won't always present themselves in every real game scenario. Hence, it becomes crucial for him to navigate the intricacies of post-play and develop the strength to defend against opponents when needed. This viewpoint resonates with Charles Barkley's take on Wembanyama. In Barkley's opinion, he foresees that Wembanyama will face challenges during his initial years in the league. It's essential to remember that even established players like Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett had their share of difficulties during their rookie seasons. Therefore, Wembanyama shouldn't fret too much about it. If he remains open to learning from experienced big men who have played in the league, he stands to receive valuable guidance that will aid him in making a smooth transition to the heightened competition at the NBA level. Let's now take a closer look at how Victor Wembanyama is expected to perform in the upcoming NBA draft. Undoubtedly, Victor stands out as the best player among the new generation, and it's no surprise that he's decided to declare himself eligible for the 2023 draft, which is just a few weeks away. In various mock drafts, Wembanyama has consistently been projected as the potential #1 overall pick, and rightfully so. His exceptional performances in the G League have been nothing short of remarkable, leading the statistical charts in almost every category. In fact, his display has been so impressive that there's even talk of him possibly winning the coveted MVP award. It's evident that he's a force to be reckoned with, and his current form makes him a top favorite for the top pick in the NBA draft. The Houston Rockets, Detroit Pistons, and San Antonio Spurs seem to have the best odds of landing Wembanyama, with each of them holding a 14% chance. As the draft night approaches, the anticipation and excitement surrounding his potential selection continue to build. Wembanyama himself has expressed his enthusiasm about the prospect of playing in the NBA, a dream he has cherished for a lifetime. However, despite his recent outstanding performances, there are still questions lingering about whether he truly justifies being chosen as the #1 overall pick. From my perspective, I must say that he has been nothing short of amazing. Scouts and analysts have been lavish in their praise for this prospect, impressed by his consistent and effortless delivery of outstanding performances. Maintaining double-digit points per game is a remarkable achievement that he seems to achieve with ease, further cementing his status as a top contender in the draft. Moreover, Wembanyama has been consistently grabbing 10 or more rebounds in every game this season, showcasing his prowess on the boards. When comparing his performance to many current NBA players, it becomes evident that he's operating at a higher level. Nonetheless, there are valid concerns regarding his physicality. Wembanyama tends to avoid physical confrontations, and this hesitancy might be holding him back from surpassing the 30-point mark in games. It's clear that he cannot solely rely on draining three-pointers and executing dunks to dominate in the NBA. To meet the lofty expectations set for him, he must develop a more well-rounded skill set, with a particular emphasis on hitting the gym and homing his post-game. In my opinion, if he can shoot proficiently with both hands like Kobe and overpower defenders like Shaq, he will become an unstoppable force on the court. Now let's address the question of whether Wembayanma lives up to the hype surrounding him. While we have reviewed his statistics and gathered opinions from top NBA commentators, it's essential to remember that all the hype is based on speculation. We cannot accurately determine how well he will perform in the NBA until he has played at that level for a season. As draft night approaches, teams will undoubtedly be eager to secure the talents of the Frenchman. Considering his current numbers, it's reasonable to expect him to perform well in the NBA. While he may not reach the level of LeBron James in his prime, he is likely to outshine most other rookies in his class. Of course, there's always a chance that another prospect, like Scoot Henderson, could emerge as a contender in the final stretch. Ultimately, the true evaluation of these players' abilities will only unfold once they are drafted into NBA teams. In my view, Wembayanma has greater potential as a prospect compared to players like Ben Simmons. However, there's always a slight possibility that he could disappoint and become a bust. If that were to happen, it would provide Charles Barkley with an opportunity to have the last laugh, as he often finds himself in such situations. While there might be an excessive amount of hype surrounding the French prospect, it is reasonable to believe that he will eventually develop into a great player, rather than being overly concerned about his current performance. All he needs is a capable coach and some guidance to reach his full potential. We could very well be witnessing the rise of a new basketball star. However, it's important to temper our enthusiasm and consider the criticisms coming from other NBA players, particularly those led by Charles Barkley. Barkley, despite not being Wembayanma's biggest fan, does express hope for the young prospect's success. However, we cannot dismiss the criticisms he has directed at Wembayanma. Barkley amplifies Shaq's remarks to a significant extent, citing concerns about Wembayanma's ability to handle the physicality of the NBA given his leaner physique. Nevertheless, I believe Barkley might be exaggerating the emphasis on hitting the gym. While Wembayanma might not be exceptionally muscular, he is not as frail and delicate as Barkley portrays him to be. Barkley also expresses doubts about Wembayanma's immediate dominance in the NBA, drawing parallels to Kobe Bryant, who faced challenges during the early stages of his career. It's worth considering that Wembayanma is playing in a different era, where players like Kevin Durant have shown that a leaner physique doesn't necessarily hinder their dominance on the court. Taking such factors into account, Wembayanma might not be as disadvantaged as Barkley suggests. That concludes our video for today. We'd love to know what you think about Wembayanma's potential in the NBA. Do you believe he will dominate the league? Let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more content.